There was a lot of hope in 2006 when tuition fees were raised, and part of the argument was this would make universities more competitive, more responsive to what students need, and offering new providers, different types of courses, different prices, raising everybody's game. And actually, what we've got is it's all the same and it all costs the very highest amount. And there is, I think, only one university in the entire country that offers slightly less tuition fees. And I think there's only one university which is now playing around with formats. I think one university has started to offer a 3-year course in the within the span of 2 years. It can be completed quickly, and I think this is the sort of direction that we need to be going. Uh, COVID has exposed the deep underbelly of corruption in further education and in education in general. I think it is outrageous that people can have been fleeced, can have been charged so much money to sit in a university campus in their room and be taught in their room online uh, at great expense, and then find that they get to the university exams at the end, and those exams, the result of those exams is not recorded because the tutors are on strike. It is outrageous. The deal is with the university, not with the university tutors. I can say with some experience, university tutors aren't paid enough anyway. And the pittance that they are paid, why would anybody be happy working under those conditions? I understand why there's a strike, but at the same time, it's not it's not the fault of the university tutors that those exam results are not published, that those exams are not marked. There are plenty of other ways to get round that. Many universities have had a continual assessment, and there were alternative routes. I know of a number of people who have got much poorer results because their last exam or one or two of their exams were not properly calculated, had not been marked, and therefore they had lost out on the option to do a higher degree, do a doctorate degree at a top university because they hadn't got the first that they were predicted and that they should easily have got. Part of that is because a lot of courses are ruled by one single tutor. If that tutor goes on strike, what are you supposed to do? And these are issues about man management, woman management, that personnel management, that is about the way the university itself is controlled. And it hobbles along with as much as much creativity as the railway industry. It's absurd. We should not be treating students in this way. We have tremendous universities doing world class research, but far from setting students free, far from setting universities free, what the changes introduced in 2006 have done is to introduce more bureaucracy. Um, the the OFS says that there's so much bureaucracy that some universities are employing huge numbers of staff simply to comply with the bureaucratic demands of the new regime. Money should be spent on teaching, not on box ticking and form filling. And it's more than 20 years now since tuition fees began, and we're in a mess. This isn't a market. This is a single monolithic money making mistake. And poor quality courses, if this were a real market, would be driven out of the market. No, poor quality courses make up the bulk of the market. And even in top quality subjects, there are poor quality courses run by twits. And regulation and bureaucracy is not going to stop that, because it's the twits, for the most part, who are the best at dealing with bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is not the measure of a good university, is not the measure of quality. The measure of quality is whether or not the students are getting the results they deserve. And 9 times out of 10 they aren't. 9 times out of 10 they're being cheated. So I think it's really important that we think of new ways to approach university. Maybe a less subject rigid regime, perhaps more like the American liberal arts regime, looking at problems and ideas rather than a particular subject, being cross-curricular. Karl Popper was already there. Karl Popper had already anticipated this, but our universities certainly have not. I think we should consider the possibility that students can come to university and can arrange their own degrees. We don't necessarily need students to buy into something that's already made and off the shelf. Students are paying enough money to be able to arrange a little bit of this, a little bit of that, to select. It's the criteria of rigid study, of rigorous study, and careful examination, which should be possible to feed into a mixture of disciplines, a mixture of subjects, and I see no difference really between a course which focuses on knitting and a course which focuses on theology or mathematics. If the rigor of the testing and the rigor of the teaching is there, it's the rigor which is missing, and we need to reimpose it. The rigor, the discipline of academic teaching, that is missing at the moment because it's been replaced by bureaucracy and by time wasting and by money grabbing. We need to change all of this.